Hi.
Welcome all to my channel Learn and Grow. Today we have an eminent personality, Meenu Bhargava. She's a postgraduate in psychology with a PG Diploma in guidance and counseling. She's NCERT Certified Counselor Psychology with 35 years of experience and pan-India presence. So welcome Meenu ji on our channel Learn and Grow.
Thank you.
So please tell something more about yourself for our viewers.
Okay. So, Anjana ji, first of all, thank you for inviting me on your channel. And I'm a counseling psychologist, come freelance coach to teachers, students, and parents. And I have 35 years of experience in this field and Pen India presence. So I have been training teachers, students, and till date, I've trained almost 17,000 teachers and students. And, I have been to 700 schools across India. So, yes, counseling is my passion.
So there's a diverse variety of now academic choice. If you see the trend 20 years before, and there's a lot of difference. So how do you feel that this difference has, brought a great change in our new generation of children? Or is it good that it has so much vivid choices as compared to the 20 years back where we didn't have only science, commerce, only 3, 4 streams were there? But now if you see there are 10,000 varieties of engineering and the colleges have diversified too. So
Yeah.
what is your opinion on this?
Yeah, my opinion is that yes, in our time there was no career guidance. In our time there was no counseling. In our time there was no artificial intelligence or robot or driverless cars and driverless metros and no IT, the nervous system of any organization, the drones, so many things have changed. So definitely the jobs have changed, you know. And now is the time not so much for degrees, but it is the time more for skills, 21st century skills. So students nowadays have lot many degrees like MBA, MBBS, or maybe many more. But unless and until they have, skills, they cannot do well on job. So market requires different set of skills, right? And more than that, we all have to change our mindset. Like, believe me, I don't have an office, not at all. But I don't need an office because my smartphone is my office. It is AAA, so sitting anywhere, anytime, anyone can learn and work with this mobile phone in hand. And it is also the time for LLL, that is lifelong learning. So one cannot stop, learning in this age, this era. You have to keep upgrading yourself. So
That is
that is
very
why,
true. So, what do you find are the attributes of counseling nowadays? What does it require? And how does it empower a student who takes a counseling session?
yeah. See, counseling is for everyone, right? From
Yeah.
a small child to an adult, everybody requires counselor nowadays, right? And especially talking of children, yes, they are nowadays not critical thinkers. They just know how to get good marks. When it comes to, having relationship, maintaining relationships, or when it comes to, making any behavior, they hardly think, why these selfie mishaps are happening, why so many rapes are happening, or why the IITians are committing suicide. If you talk of IQ, they all have very good IQs.
Yeah.
But the problem lies that they don't have good, I would say positive mindset. Their
Yes.
behaviors
Correct.
are very impulsive, very irrational, without thinking on the consequences, right? And that is due to many reasons because, nowadays we have nuclear families with one or two children and then not having tolerance, patience, all that makes a difference. So, counseling, I would say the areas are many. Academic counseling, where a student wants to get good marks and need guidance on learning techniques or memorization and many more things. When it comes to exams, then they are having problems like, they want to manage their stress, they want to manage their time. So there also counseling plays a big role. Then adjustment issues are there, relationship issues are there, fluency is there sometimes. Many issues are there, peer pressure is there. So for every area, the children are looking for counselors nowadays in schools, personality development, right? Concentration in studies. Yeah.
So how do you assess a child on for his choice of career? Does it start with 9th standard, or there are some standards that we have to do a career assessment at the age of means when they come to 12th standard, or you do a stream selection first, then we do the job?
Yeah. Yeah.
How does
So
it go?
9th and 10th are the, is the period where, child starts thinking of for the career. So here we try to assess the child's personality, interest, and aptitude, and suggest the child which field will suit him more, which stream. Is he having scientific temperament more? It's like every child is unique. As
Yeah.
you can't expect a rabbit to fly or climb a tree, similarly, a fish cannot, climb
Fly.
a tree or
Yeah.
run. So same as with children, one dress can't fit all. So all children are different. Some of them are body smart children who are very good using their hands, legs, movements, all that. So they are body smart children. To them, a particular type of careers are more suitable, like dancers, performers, artists, or you may say architect, electrician, all that. There are other children who are nature smart children. There are others who are sound smart. There are others who are picture smart. They're very creative children. There are others, they are, having people skills in them. So many variety of children are there. Their learning style is different. Many things are different. So we have to first assess. We can't say कि, हर बच्चे ने IIT में जाना है, हर बच्चे ने मेडिसिन में जाना है. No. A child can be an artist. He can be a air hostess. She can be a air hostess. So many career opportunities are there.
Yeah,
But
that's what I
first,
was telling, the more than
yes,
10,000 opportunities nowadays. So what role does actually the parents and teachers play in choosing the career? Do they influence the
yeah.
child, or it is only based on the test we assess the child?
No, parents, they are always trying to impose their decisions on
Yeah.
children. Yeah, like, I had Rahul last year. He got 95%. He had commerce. And the mother was saying that I have heard corporate law is very good, so you should go for corporate law. The father was saying BBA is very good, you should go for BBA. Uncle came, he was saying you should do hotel management. Some other auntie came, she was saying go for chartered accountancy because he had commerce with maths. So what I mean to say is that yes, they never ask child what
Yeah.
are his strengths, what are his areas, interest, and all that. So that is lacking in our society. So not many people, now the awareness is increasing, no doubt. But still, we need to work on this, that parents need to be counseled so that they don't impose their decisions on children or just not force the child for IIT and medicine and all. Because you see how many suicide take place in coaching institutes and all, just because of this reason that they force their children to be there, and once they are not able to cope up with the studies, then they become negative and they start having all these drastic
Yeah,
ideas.
if your career is not, then your life is gone for a toss, because then
Yes.
the passion dies out slowly and slowly. You find the job also boring. And once it is said that you can't take a U-turn in life. So these are the major decisions. One should be very careful in choosing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So apart from this, you also train teachers.
Yeah.
So in seminars and panel discussion. So I've seen a lot happening there in with your website. You have a lot of good discussions on EQ, IQs, screen time, power of words. So very powerful panel discussions you have. So what is your take on that?
Yeah, see, as I said, nowadays, these things have become like teacher trainings also have become very important. Because first thing is to connect with the students. Teachers need to upgrade themselves. Today they are dealing with the screenagers, and children have very short span of attention. So our methodologies have to change. Earlier, this we were in the industrial age where we needed one type of work, so rote learning was there. But now that rote learning can't work because Google Baba Jindabad, it can answer your all the
Yeah,
questions,
yeah, yeah.
right? So now is the time where students have to be taught to think critically, creatively, and apply what they know. So here the change is required in teachers. Then children are very sensitive nowadays. So power of words, as I say, words are very powerful. They can leave the wound. They can heal a person. So bad mood, if you are in, you can change your mood. But in bad mood, if you write something bad, you know, that can last forever, especially on the social media. So the wounds are lifelong. So one has to be very careful, teachers also, parents also, students also, when they are using their words, right? And then you are talking about other issues like screens, right? So I
Yeah.
don't say screen is bad, but what exactly you do on a screen? Are you using the screen for your professional growth or for educational purposes? Or you are using the screen to see something which is inappropriate, something which is creating negativity in your mind, then I won't call it a very healthy screen time. And then how much time you spend on the screen, that is another important issue. Nowadays, see what is happening, parents are busy, right?
Yeah, that's one way.
They go to restaurant, give the screen to the child mobile phone.
Hmm.
And the child gets so addicted to these gadgets that once you deprive them of it, they become aggressive, they throw temper tantrums, they are not focused in studies. So many issues come up, right? Another issue is with parenting. That's a major issue. See, in schools, we are talking so much of giving good values to children, giving them life skills. But what are they living with? Their environment. At home also, the children find their parents fighting. Divorce so easily happening these days. So, whatever values the school gives, but ultimately the child goes to home. And what value he gets there, that is very, very important, right?
So you
So
mean
I,
to say it's an overall grooming, the house, the school, and the student himself, what he's doing in his leisure or free time, is totally assembling his time, and that accounts for his, choose of career, what is happening, how is he being groomed, what culture he comes from, what background he comes from. So a lot of attributes and lot of things to be
yeah,
taken in care of when he selects a career. And then I have one thing. New streams are coming up, which are like
yeah,
economics, culinary, then designing, which is very
yes,
unique and upcoming. I've seen like designing of shoes, jewelry, bags,
yes,
purses, anything could be designed nowadays. Whereas in 5 to 10 years before, there was nothing called designing. Now you have, in designing also, there's so much, what you can say, fields that have come up lately. And this trend is, you can start a wholesale business with this designing. So it's a good career for, girls. If they take up, even if they have later on family to take on, they can still start it from their home and build it. So that is what I
yes.
find very interesting, that if means career options are so good, and if children get means awareness about them, then they can make a really
Yeah. See,
good
nowadays,
business.
young children are making videos, they are
Yeah.
editing videos, they are into skills, these kind of skills. So, they are earning good money without much education. See, you want to use the Google map,
Correct.
right? It is not your degree which is important. It is a skill. Yeah. Even a small child can use Google Map if he knows the skill. If you want to book a cab, so it is just you need to know some
Yeah,
steps,
yeah, yeah.
skills. But your degrees don't matter there. So there are many things where degrees are not so important, but your skills are very, very important. 21st century skills are like good communication skills, because what are we doing on WhatsApp? Communication, YouTube communication, blogs communication, right? PPTs communication, everything is about communication. Then another skill is creative thinking, then collaboration, then critical thinking, being problem solver. So all these skills are very important in getting a child a future ready career.
So what is the extra thing that they do in school apart from learning the subjects, apart from learning the academics? So is there
Yeah.
some particular sessions going on to how to choose a career or something extra is being taught in schools?
Yeah, nowadays there are so many activities, so much of exposure given to students. Like they are having different clubs, they are having labs, maths lab or language lab, and
Okay.
then they are having sessions from experts on counseling, safe, unsafe touch, healthy, unhealthy screen, EQ, IQ. I mean, on cyber safety. So areas are so many. Good schools are doing a lot of work to do good grooming, personality grooming for the students, holistic development for students, yoga, meditation. They are talking about health and hygiene, that they are talking about adolescent issues with the children, right? So many kind. But only thing is that yes, education is a teamwork.
Yeah,
So
definitely. Hmm.
parental counseling I think has become more important nowadays to me, whether it is about choosing a career or it is about supervising the children on what they do with the screens, so many things, or giving the proper environment to children, or giving them a screen, proper time limits, behavior limits, all these things, parents need to be told more than the children.
But the thing that is missing is spirituality, where we teach, how to handle emotion. If spirituality is the root, then physicality is the fruit. So if children get into this field where meditation is taught at a very younger age, then they would be better at handling their emotions. And when one can handle their emotions, the mind is, sound and they can choose a better option. So what is your last take on this? How are the schools promoting yoga and meditation? Is there a
Yeah,
career option in this regard
of
also?
course. Yoga, meditation, life gurus, life coaches. I mean, these days, you hear so much about wellness coaching, about meditation, yoga. You see online, so many yoga classes are there online, and they are not charging you also a hefty amount. You
No,
can
no.
learn
Are
good.
schools also promoting this? Online, there
Yeah,
is
fine.
so
No,
much
no,
exposure.
definitely. Definitely, schools have yoga teachers. They also, promote these things by playing a CD early in the morning in a school, having
Yeah,
prayers and all that. So, of course, the schools are doing great job, but then it differs from school to
to
school.
school. Yeah.
It depends on the mindset of the management and administrators and all that. But good schools, because I've been traveling to many good schools, reputed schools, and I've seen how much hard work they put in.
So you go to private schools or the government
I go to
NCRTs?
all sort of schools, the private schools, the government schools, the central schools, the NGOs. So I have exposure to all kind of settings, and I've seen how the people work. I have been to remote areas, I have been to urban areas. I have seen all, the scene. But overall, I would say that, teachers, the way they work, the principals work, they are not given due regard for what they do. Yeah, so that is very necessary. What respect we give to other professions, we are not giving that much respect to teaching profession, right? आप आज भी देख लो हमारे सोसाइटी में एक टाइम था जब लोग टीचर को पसंद करते थे शादी के लिए, बट आज टाइम में आपको पता चलता है टीचर है तो you are not very happy to get married to a teacher. This is the reality I'm telling you. Right? Everybody is looking for corporate, somebody working in corporates, where the timings are such, they are, like busy
But
8 hours.
before that, earlier, teacher was the most respected profession, or that
Yes,
it is the
yes,
most, flexible
yes,
profession, which I would
mm,
say when
yes,
teach young girls, you'd say, I would love to teach, and
yes,
we would become a teacher because it gives you the flexibility of timings, that you come early at two
yes.
o'clock and then you
But
can look
now
after
it
your
is 24
family.
hours job.
Yeah, that is the
Just
only
20.
job that even it is better than banking, which I felt, because one time I always wanted to be a teacher. So that's what I felt, that it had a lot of flexible time. You come early, you can take rest, and then you can look after your family. So that is the only job in the, you can say, the world which has got flexibility of timing apart from this. Otherwise, if you look at corporate, a lady who is going out at 8 because she has to, commute also to her
Mm,
workplace,
yeah,
and she would return only at 8:39. There's no rest, then its life becomes so monotonous, and you can see the physical the strength of the lady who is in the corporate and who is in the teaching field. So you are giving your health for a toss, if means there are other constraints also. So but just for money, if you think that the corporate world is better, but for if you think for time, I think teaching is the best profession in the world. And if you see from the Adi Shankara times, the teachers were the gurukuls. They were the only one who used to this impart education, and ours is the Gurukul system. We come from that lineage, that heritage where, the Guru was respected because he had the highest respect in the society.
right.
But that trend has really, come down because of this cultural scape and this people getting modern and going into the Western world or trends like that. But
Yeah.
it is highly respected profession, because without a teacher, a child never grooms from
Yeah.
nursery. If
All
you,
the
I ask you,
professions, the
you may
honor is
still
a
remember
teacher.
your own teacher.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, but now how many people are becoming teacher by choice? It is just chance. They worked in corporate, then they found the timings too long, so they have come to teaching profession. Or other people also. Many of the teachers, they are not in the profession by choice. They are there
Oh.
by chance or by some force, pressure, right? So that is necessary. If you want to be a teacher, you have to have a passion for that profession, right? That will make a difference in the development of our nation and everything, society. So, yes, a lot of dedication, sincerity, commitment is required in
And
teaching.
nowadays the trend is, online teaching. So, lot of others, people who are in the corporate would get into a teaching field online, like IITs. You see that they are now turning,
Yeah,
after studying engineering and IIT, they're turning into, online education systems, and they're bringing platforms where they teach. So that teaching charm, which is a job of 8 to 2 o'clock, is, losing its charm. That's also one thing, because now online you get a lot of students, a lot of exposure, and they feel that gives you, the comfort zone more. So there are a lot of, pros and cons for every career option if you choose.
yeah,
Every
definitely.
career has its own charm, and every career has its own, some negative aspects to it.
Yeah, yeah. Both
Yeah,
aspects are
yeah.
there always.
So what would you like to give your viewers the advice on career counseling or anything, the seminars, the panels, or
Yeah.
what to do? Yeah.
So, yes, I would like to say that, before going into a career, one has to make a in-depth research. Nowadays in 21st century, you need to be a good researcher. That is one skill which is very, very important. So, make a detailed research, not only about the world of work, but make a research on yourself also. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What would you like to do? Which are the careers available? What are the qualifications required? Which are the good colleges which provide those courses? Whether they are recognized, whether they are not recognized? Which are the colleges which have good faculty, placements, good infrastructure? What value they are going to giving to children? So that research becomes very important. And for that, like as a counselor, I do virtual internship where students get a real life working experience, right? They do some simulated assessments. It is all, artificial intelligence based. So we give auto-generated results there about their strengths, about the area of improvement. We give certificates also. I'm also into career counseling and psychometric assessment. So with psychometric assessments help we, guide them to the top 5 careers which will suit their personality, interest, and aptitude. So these things really help children. And same with, fighting with the emotions, like earlier time, parents used to think it used to be a, taboo going to a counselor. पागल थोड़ी हो गए हो तो तुम काउंसलर के पास जाओगे. But आज जो mindset जो है ना change हो रहा है. Today, due to pollution, due to our food we are eating, many things are there, parenting skills are missing, or, parents don't have time. So many kind of issues are coming in children, for which the counseling has become very, very important. So yes, that's why I talk of, EQ versus IQ, because many children have good IQs, but still they are not able to face the challenges of life because they have never been given EQ, emotional intelligence. हम कहते हैं हमने षटकोण त्रिकोण समकोण सब कुछ सिखा दिया बच्चों, पर जो एक्चुअल चीज थी लाइफ में दृष्टिकोण वो हमने नहीं सिखा.
Oh, very good, very good.
हमें बच्चों को सिखाना है कि जब हम परिस्थिति नहीं बदल सकते तो हमें मनोस्थिति को बदलना
चाहिए.
और काउंट योर ब्लेसिंग्स, ये ऐसी चीज है जो हर बच्चे को आनी चाहिए. हम वो चीज जो हमें मिली है उसकी वैल्यू नहीं करते, जो नहीं है उसके पीछे भागते हैं. सो शिकायतें नहीं, शुक्रिया कीजिए जो आपको मिला है. बहुत सारे लोगों को उतना भी नहीं मिला. सो ये काउंट योर ब्लेसिंग, एटीट्यूड ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड, रेजिलियंस, ऑल दीज थिंग्स हैव बिकम वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. And all schools are trying to give these also to children other than just academics.
So we see a lot of development happening. So my advice to all the viewers is that if you are interested in choosing a good career, you can connect with Ms. Meenu Bhargava, and she will help you to do through her consultations, assessment, psychometric analysis. You can choose a good career and you can still be happy with the passion, with the career which you have chosen, because there are no U-turns in life. So you can get in touch with Dr. Meenu and then have a good career. So my advice to you, can choose the links below to get in touch with Meenu. So it was nice talking to you and having a good conversation that how careers have evolved in this last 20 years. And now there is a wide choice for parents, teachers, and their kids or their school children who are there. And they can choose wisely now, and they don't have to take an abrupt decision that they have to get into only a field of doctory and a stream with their child is not interested. And now even into medicals, there are a lot of things which have come up. There are 100 options in the medical field which I see, like psychology, radiology, psychotherapist, even physiotherapy. A lot of career options. The one need not be only a doctor nowadays, because there are other options. Even for research, I have seen you can become a psychologist in criminal field, and then forensic is there, research is there, data analysis there. So much upcoming fields because of the new generation, new IT, new informations coming up. Even robotics is the upcoming field which we can take the children if he's a lot of interested into AI and coding and all. So there are a lot for the children and lot of exposure. Now it's like a chappan bhog thali for the student himself to choose what is right and which career he would opt. So more the choices, the more is the confusion, but everything has a solution to it. So we have counselors here who help them out with their aptitude and their assessment test, and so they can choose wisely. So a counselor is far better to assess than making the choice themselves. So this is my advice on this take. So what would you give a, last saying to my channel, Learn and Grow?
Yeah, I would say that, think for a happy and healthy life, then just, for marks. Become a responsible human being. contribute to society in good ways, So yes, these are the things which are more important. Character is very important. A child without a character is like a bird without wings. Yeah. So every child, apart from his studies, should think for their good character, their responsible behavior, their rational thinking, logical thinking, giving respect to elders. But as I said earlier, also, for that, the whole society needs a change, because children learn what they live. Whatever lecture you may give, they are going to see what is in the society, what is in the environment. And we are in such a polluted environment. Not that pollution, but yes, politicians, this, that, so much of crime taking place. You are seeing the Manipur, the things are happening, how things are taking shape. I mean, I really feel very upset, to see all such things. And I feel like more and more counseling should go to these people, who are really spoiling our society scenarios, right? Yeah.
So thank you once
Thank
again
you.
to be on
Thank you,
our
Anjana.
channel, Learn and Grow. Thank you very much. So we end this session.
And
Thank you
just
very
share
much.
my number to them. It is 9899167495. And I run a counseling center in Gurugram with the name Karan Consultant. Okay, thank you so much, Anjana ma'am.
Yeah, the link will be given in the description below, the current consultation. Those who want to get in touch with Meenu ji can get in touch and have a career assessment done for their child. So thank you, Meenu ji, for this beautiful
Thank
session
you.
on career counseling. So thank you, viewers, for joining in from Learn and Grow channel. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.